Hi guys, I wanted to let you in on something new that I did, and I am going to get to a video after I finish this current repair that I'm doing. Let me turn something off really quick. I just had an addition to my bench setup which I am very excited about, and I'm going to share it with you right now. And this will be glossed over, I guess. Well, I can go over a schematic of how I did it and whatnot. But I have had multiple times doing repairs where I have blown up my power supply plugging in a shorted board. Multiple times I've had to rebuild my AR. That AR that I have, that I run my Atari games on and stuff, I've had to rebuild that thing probably 4 times from it blowing up from shorted negative 15 and 15 volt rails that have either gone short or something like that. But what I have here is I just put in a current limiting circuit, and I'm going to demonstrate how it works, and it's pretty awesome. So let me get the camera straightened out and everything, and maybe I'll put it up on the tripod. Do I have that in here? Yeah, I do. And show you my current limiting circuit up here and show you how it works, and yeah, go from there. All right, be right back. Okay, so right now I have a Tempest board plugged in, okay, and it's plugged into my power strip as usual. I've got my switcher running it, and I've got the AR plugged in. With the AR, I do the audio, and the 15 and negative 15 volts come from this. On this, I power the 5 volts off of a switcher because it puts out a little bit more. I think I have my AR supply, I believe, is out of a Centipede, and it just doesn't put out the proper amperage and voltage for certain Atari games, so I use my 5 volt switcher. But let me show you what I have added. This is the new addition to the setup. It's a dim bulb tester with a bypass. You can see I've got a switch here for current limiting and bypass, and an outlet for it. And I've got my power strip now plugged into the outlet, and I have the dim bulb tester plugged into the wall. So if I want a current limit, just switch up. If I want to bypass it and just have wall voltage, I just flip it to bypass. See? And I'll show you how it works. Normally, how it is, if you have your AR plugged into the wall and the negative 5 volt cap right here shorts, it will blow up the diodes on this thing. They will absolutely just blow up, and you got to rebuild the supply. That's what has happened to me about 4 times. But now I'm going to put this up on the tripod and show you how this saves and protects your supplies. Okay, so I'm going to turn this light off, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to put this into current limit. And now, first let's go over a little bit of Ohm's law. Let me grab the camera and turn this light back on. I'm limiting the current to 1 amp. This will not allow more than 1 amp to flow through the whole system. If you look here, I mean, Ohm's law is right here. You have power in watts. I have 2 60-watt bulbs in parallel, so that is actually 120 watts of dissipation. So I have 120 watts of dissipation, so it's 120 over the volts, which is 120. You know, in America, our wall voltage is 120 volts AC. So 120 over 120 is 1 watt. I am only allowing 1 watt of power in the system. So if there's a short, it's still only going to allow 1 watt of power, and it's not going to allow it to blow up my power supplies. So I've got it on current limit. I've got this guy and this guy plugged in to the strip, which is plugged into the current limiting, and then that in turn is plugged into my board here. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to aim this up at, let me kind of come up, okay, about like that. Let's do that. You can see my light bulbs here. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn it on. Now this draws a little bit more than 1 amp, so these will come on pretty dim. So I'll show you. Okay, it's in current limit. I want to limit the current right now. I turn it on, and there you can see. And they are a lot brighter in the camera than they are in real life. Just trust me on that. It's kind of half bright. But if I remove one of these, then I'm changing from 120 watt to 60 watt only. So it's dropping the amount of current allowed to half an amp to the system, and all of the rest of the power is going to be consumed by this. So if I go ahead and just remove one of these, see how that gets brighter? Now I'll put it back in to the circuit. Now they're sharing, now the wattage is being spread over both of them. The power is. So what I'm going to do now is aim down, okay? And I would like to get all of this in the shot. Let me move back so that you can see, and hopefully, try back here a little bit more maybe, okay? There, you can kind of see. Now see if you can notice, I'm going to flat out short the -15 rail to ground via I have a red lead on the voltage side of that -15 tantalum that likes to short on these Tempest boards. I'm going to go ahead and just take it right to ground, and you'll watch those things get brighter. They'll go about twice as bright as they are now. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. See that? And you do get a little bit of a spark here when you do that. But yeah. There, that's a full 1 amp of power through those bulbs. But it's protecting my supplies. Now if we come back, and I'll come back here, and let's back this up. I'm going to move it back down a little bit. And do this. Let me turn this light back on. It's still in current limiting, but now I will check the voltage rails, and you'll see that no damage was done. All the voltages are still present. Here is the 5-volt rail. Okay, here's that shorted, that negative 15 rail that I was shorting. Still there. Here's the 15 volt. Still there. 5 for the DAC. Right there. So there you go. I mean, it's all the, and then you can go ahead and, once you verify, I guess, that nothing is damaged, you can just give it full line voltage and hit bypass, and these will go out. Now it's getting the full line. How cool is that? So yeah, pretty awesome. Just wanted to show that, and nice new addition to the test bench, current limiting, protecting my power supplies. Alright guys, we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.